Well, good morning from day 3 of the Great American Monkey 1000. We spent the night last night in Thompson Springs, Utah, and we are headed to Moab today. We've, depending on the routes that we take, we've got right at 100 miles. If we do any kind of little side excursions to like Top of the World or something, we may add another 20. We've got a train coming. I don't know if you guys will be able to, you'll hear it. I don't know if you'll be able to see it behind me, but got out here early this morning and went through the bike. I actually took the chain guard and the stator cover off to dig out all the mud out around the sprocket. The stuff set up overnight was like concrete. I'll show you here in just a second. Let's see if we catch this train. Oh, you can barely see it. He's moving back there. There he is. Luckily, they stopped running the train at probably maybe 10 o'clock, Stuart? They quit running the train? About 10 o'clock, they quit running the train last night. Yeah, so I mean, our little Airbnb is right here, so we were pretty close, but luckily they shut the train down fairly early, so we were able to get some sleep. So, all right, let me show you what I've done to the bike. It was too dark this morning to film, so I just did it, and I'll show you after the aftermath. Yesterday's travels took us through quite a bit of mud and so forth, and the whole underneath side of the engine was packed. That's a bunch of stuff I pulled out. Like I mentioned, I took the chain guard and the stator cover off, and all around my sprocket was all packed with mud and so forth. So I cleaned all that out. I tightened the chain this morning, added just a little bit of oil, but everything is hanging in there. Pretty happy with the setup other than these front forks. If you haven't watched any of the other videos, I'm really happy with the entire bike except for those forks. I just don't have those set up right. Really harsh ride with those. And so far, I think all the other bikes are holding up. Stuart's over here knocking some of the mud off of his bike. He had a broken, or we lost a shock bolt on the first day. We were able to get that replaced. That's the only real breakdown he's had. I don't think Pat's had anything. So far, the bikes are holding up really well. So, yeah. All right, we're getting ready to head out of here in maybe, I don't know, 45 minutes or to an hour or so, and I will pick you guys up on the next stop. Well, we have made it back to the Thompson Springs food court, better known as the local 7-Eleven. I'm not kidding, guys. There is not another thing in this town other than the Ballard RV Park. Fortunately, they did have some breakfast sandwiches, sausage, egg, and cheese, ham, egg, and cheese, so forth, and good microwave. So we've all got us some sandwiches and donuts or whatever some of the guys have got. We're gonna.
That's the finest food in town.
Look at that! Oh yeah, Pat got him a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. So if you're in Thompson Springs, hit up the 7-Eleven. It's pretty good. Pizza actually was pretty good last night. So, all right, guys, we'll see you on the trail. As we leave Thompson Springs to start day number 3, it started like most days for us, and I believe we might have been the first team to actually get out the door, get on the bikes, and hit the trail. We typically left around 8:20, 8:30, somewhere around in the morning. And I'm basing my opinion on the fact that we never saw any tracks ahead of us. Now, it could have been that they took a different route than what we took. Especially on this particular day, I don't think anyone took the beginning route that we took, but I don't think there was any day of the 7 that we headed out and we saw other tracks from other bikes in the dirt ahead of us. On this particular route, we're using the old Cisco Highway, or that's what my map called it anyway. It runs parallel to I-70, and I'm assuming this is the road that you used before I-70 existed.
It looks like a path. Okay, let me get something to do.
prairie dog holes. Stuart's back there fixing his gas can that bounced off. This is a pretty rough little road. All right, now here's some. Wait a minute, I gotta get this, Pat. Sorry guys, you're all looking at the ground here. Look at this. Doesn't seem to have been any activity around these holes in quite some time. We've stopped for the 98th time for Stuart to put his gas can back on the... Sorry, buddy. Hey, come here, Johnny. We stopped here for a second. Stuart actually is tying his gas can back on. I saw this can. Pick that up. What is that? Can you tell? Oh, is that the old pull tab?
Yeah, it's an old beer can.
Yeah, can't tell. Oh no, it's not a pull tab. It's a punch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's
like an old. Yeah.
That is cool. Out here in the middle of nowhere, and right there's the path we're on. If you want to call that a path, that's their trail.
Yeah, they're up on the hill. I don't know where we came from.
15 miles in on day 3. We kind of came from that area someplace. We've stopped here just for a second, take a break. This terrain is kind of rough, but we stopped because we saw this. From the distance, we thought maybe it was a pile of wood or skids or something like that, but it's rocks. And the only thing we can figure why it's here, let me turn the camera around, is that it drops off. Oh, you can't see it, but there's a ridge right here, and then it just falls straight down.
That's 300 feet.
I don't know. It's a ways. We're up here, but look at the view from up here. Look at the red rocks over here. Wow, that's really cool. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we keep following this ridge around here. But this is pretty cool. This trail had been used so little, at times it was almost impossible to see the tracks in the dirt where we were supposed to go. We were using the Onyx off-road app that John and a couple of the guys had set up our routes on, and we were just following, well, on this particular course, I think it was a green line, green color that they use, and essentially I think Patrick's just up there. He's not really looking at the ground and trying to follow the trail. I think he's looking at his phone and following the green line on the Onyx. because as you can see here, the trail's almost non-existent, and there were a few times that we actually got off the path and had to stop and okay, we're 100 yards away from it, you know, and work our way back toward the trail. But that just added to the adventure. So this is actually a really, really rough terrain over all these little plants, the stuff that's growing up. There were ant hills. You had the prairie dog holes you had to dodge. This doesn't look like much, but this beat you to death, and it was stressful because you had to keep your eye, you know, peeled for whatever you were going to run over constantly.
This stuff makes me feel like I'm 7 years old and learning to ride a bike. Come on, I am all over. Yeah, we are off. We need to be back up, I think. No, it's pretty tough to tell. Right here it is. There it is. Should be going to the right up here someplace soon.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to feel my hands again too. But yeah.
45 minutes of handstands.
Yeah. Those two cabins were worth seeing though. So
Yeah.
that was kind of
It
neat.
was fun up there. You guys bikes holding up? What's that?
You guys bikes hold up good?
Sort of.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Constant
Constant repairs.
heading. All right.
David's bike seems to be doing the best, actually.
Yeah. All the rebuilt the rack 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of needing repairs, right? You're leading contestant on the price.
Change all the oil and
Broke the
Moab
backpack, destroyed the muffler.
foul the plug, a few things. Stop for a minute, let the bikes cool before we hit the highway here.
Yeah. Are you guys going to do the out and back to top of the world or anything, or are you just going straight highway down?
I'm gonna go past top of the world, I think, because I want to do chicken corners.
Oh, yep. All the way into chicken, all the way to where that's quite a distance, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I want to do them back to back.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do them both. That'd be a long day, I would think. Yeah. We haven't quite made our decision yet. We've talked about when we get to the turnoff for top of the world, we'll see what we think.
Yeah.
So, because we were planned for 97 miles without top of the world, so and that adds another 20. How many miles are you guys in for today? Do you know?
Not positive, but about 100. Yeah.
100.
We're putting 100 in. We're not 100.
Got 100 in too.
We were 100 in, and we still had.
Yeah, I think we're 36 miles in for today.
Oh, in for the day.
Yeah, for today. I'm sorry.
I'm actually not sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
I am so terrible about exactly what I'm doing. I just know that I'm following the line.
we've said that so many times. Follow the green. Well, ours is green.
Are you not on the line?
Did you guys come across that cow path where there's a big pile of rocks next to a big cliff?
No.
Oh yeah, there was this big stack of rocks, like this marker that somebody.
Oh, the
said.
hoodoos.
No, this was. I got a feeling no one else went that direction. I don't know why we went that way. We went through.
Where the hell are we?
Right? And we can see this big stack of something right at the top. Right. We're like, wonder what that is. Well, we get up there, and right at the top of the hill, it just drops off.
Yeah.
Like a couple hundred feet.
So it's almost like a warning, you know.
Oh.
But to get there, how many miles did we do on these cow paths there were prairie dog holes everywhere?
See that? No.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't think anybody was dumb enough to take that route, but we did. It was stupid.
That's what that was.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to jump in here just real quickly. The segment you're about to watch was our attempt to do the top of the world trail. It was a 9.38 miles out and 9.38 miles back. We were making pretty decent time that day, and we thought, less than 20 miles, no big deal. We can do that. We'll add this in. We had zero idea of just how rough this trail was or how long it would take to do that nearly 20 miles. Now, I don't typically add this much ride footage of one trail in a video. I try and shorten things up, but I wanted you guys to get a good feel for just how rough it was, how much it beat us down, wore us out, and so forth. So if it gets a little long, go ahead and feel free to fast forward through it. But I also want you to know that what you're seeing, what I added in, was probably less than 25% of the total trail. I cut out a large portion of this. So just imagine what you're seeing and then take that times 4 or 5 times longer. It was an incredible trail. that's the right way or not. You hang to the left and you can go around the rocks. Down. No, I caught my handlebar on. I got too close to the edge and caught a break. I'm good. I'm back up. But my handlebar caught a branch sticking out. Pulled it right out of my hands. So if you go the way I'm going, watch that branch on the right. This better be fucking working, boys. It's not a hell of a lot easier, but oh, fuck, what do we do here, Pat? You think this is the right way? I don't know. Oh shit. Yeah, but boy, we
Just wait.
just wait till you get up here. stuck on the tree or something. Okay, wait a minute. Hang on a second, Pat. Seems like maybe there's something up there that goes around. Yeah. Well, we made our first skeptical decision. We decided to do a 10 mile out and back, 20 miles out to see top of the world. And we are probably a half a mile to 3/4 of a mile away. And we've come to this, and the bikes just don't have it's just a little too steep. I'm wondering, can we stack some rocks and make I think if we can just get on this one ledge right here, that hopefully maybe, I don't know if we can stack some rocks or something, but we're struggling. This was a extremely hard 9 miles up this trail. Beautiful view. I'd love to see the top of the world, but yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it. We're gonna stop for a second, rethink this, and see what happens. Well, as much as all of us hate to do it and admit it, we're not going to attempt to go any higher. It took a really long time to get to this point. The time we spend another probably half hour, 45 minutes, hour trying to get back up to just that last bit, and then try and get back down. It's already 1:16 in the afternoon. I don't think it's a smart decision. We don't want to get stuck out at night. So I think we're going to turn around and head back down the trail and be pretty happy with how far we got on this one. Damn. Had no idea that the top of the world trail was going to be this tough for our little bikes, but it was. Guys, gals, everyone, that was, we have made it back down the hill from trying to go to top of world, whatever the hell it's called. It's a 9.38 mile there and 9.38 mile back of some of the roughest road. Small rocks, baby head size rocks, rock ledges, slick rock. I mean, we've made it back down to the hill. That was the most physically challenging. I mean, it just beats you. And I don't think I've mentioned it in this video. I'm having my hand, sorry. I'm tired. Trying to hold this thing in my hand. I don't think I've mentioned it in this video, but the front forks I put on my bike are horrible. Either I did not put the right weight oil in them, or I didn't put enough. I mean, I think they've just gradually gotten worse over the 3 days. And that road, it just beat me. The quad shocks on the back, perfect. I think if I had anything to do, any changes on this bike, it definitely would be those front forks. We have made it back down to the bottom of the hill, and we are at the Dewey Bridge. There's a plaque. I'll take it over here and show it to you in just a second. It was built in 1916. It's a suspension bridge. Most of the wall or the surface that you drive across is gone. All these cables are still hanging there, but there's nothing attached to them. Let me just say, they're all over there so they can't hear me. My hat's off to Patrick and Stuart, riding their bikes up that with me. They gave it everything they had, and Stuart is on a basically bone stock Ice Bear Champion, and that thing is just, I mean, it's champ. It's champion. It's the bike's held up. Stuart's held up. I think Patrick's hurting a little bit, like we all are. He made it through the first 2 days without really laying his bike down, and now I think it's just starting to beat him to death. But I know when they watch this video, guys, thanks for coming on this trip with me. I sure do appreciate it. We are going to bypass the rest of our trails that we were going to do today. The one we took earlier today, and this one is enough of a venture for us. I think we're just going to hit Road 128 out here and head straight into Moab. John's down there waiting on us, so we're going to head down there and see him. I mentioned how rough that trail was for both Stuart and Patrick on their bikes, but I don't want to leave out Johnny either. He might have been in a UTV, but I do not think that trail was any easier for him than what it was for us. He was battling an injury to his right arm, so trying not to use that too much. So it could not have been easy driving that Polaris up and down that, and I do commend him also for his efforts and just following along and being there with us as part of the team. Thanks, Johnny.
The desert ahead, John and Mike, Stuart's in red. Johnny's got the map, Pat's the wild card. 1,000 clicks, Moab's hitting us hard. Throttles wide open, dust in the sky. The sun's bearing down, but we're gonna ride. Hope we don't break down, we're chasing the view. 5 men, 5 bikes, and a dream to push through. The rocks are like teeth, biting at our wheels. Each mile we conquer, it's freedom we feel. Mike's bike sputters, but he keeps it in line. Pat's yelling, boys, we're still making good time. It's sweat and it's grit, it's all that we've got. But out here in Moab, you take your best shot. Throttles wide open, dust in the sky. The sun's bearing down, but we're gonna ride. Hope we don't break down, we're chasing the view. 5 men, 5 bikes, and a dream to push through. Johnny's chain snaps, but he's got a spare. Stuart's cracking jokes while we're fixing it there. We're grease-streaked and laughing, the sun's sinking low. Together we'll make it through the canyon's glow. Throttles wide open, dust in the sky. The sun's bearing push through.
Well, hey everyone, we have made it to Moab, Utah. We on day 3 of the Great American Monkey 1000. We did 90 miles today. We were scheduled to do about 97. We decided we were making such good time this morning. We made that decision to go up, try and do the top of the world, and unfortunately that didn't pan out for us. We got so close, within a mile, and we were out of just physical fuel. We were out of gas physically, and we were at a position we could not get the bikes up on the sledge without physically picking them up and putting them. So we decided to turn around and come back down. And that endeavor cost us so much time that we actually bypassed some of the rest of the route that we were going to take. So we were going to go Onion Creek Trail. We didn't do that, and we just kind of hot-footed it here to Moab. I think it's around 4:30, something like that. So we're tired and hungry and so forth. Patrick Wells sustained some damage to his bike on that trail up to Top of the World. Big rock. It bent his brake pedal and his foot pegs to the point where they're hard for him to keep his feet on them. Can barely put his foot on the right one because the brake pedal's in the way. So we have stopped here. What is this called? Moab Tour Company, and talked to these dudes, and they've rolled his bike back here in the shop, and I guess they're going to try and help him out, maybe see if they can't straighten out his so he's got 2 issues. The brake pedal's bent on one side, and on the other side his foot pegs have got bent up, and his kickstand is inoperable. So now every time we get off the bike he can't put the kickstand down, so they're trying to fix that for him. So whoo, day 3 has been one, fellas. Holy cow. But we're coming back for day 4. Well, Patrick has returned from the guys at the Moab Tour Company, and they have fixed him up. Look, the bike will actually stand on its side stand. I bet you're a happy camper, aren't you?
I am. It's going to be a long rest of the week with
Yeah.
my kickstand.
That's right. And hats off to Johnny for actually going in and hitting these dudes up and asking if they could help. And
They fixed my brake pedal too because it got caught on a root and just yanked it, brought me to a dead stop.
yeah. And they didn't give you a bill. They just said, hey, pay us whatever. And you gave them $20 and went, huh? That's pretty awesome, man. That's pretty cool. Good people in this world.